old money that late people's money in the bank. Because you can see the nation is already crazy. It's a crazy nation. We are in a sane country. So the truth is that right now it's almost me, you, everybody to take that responsibility, either to service the nation or to move out of this country. Either you jackpot or stay, or to be sincere, if you die, and the only person that can do it, we need someone with capacity, integrity, someone that will build, someone with clean slate, and that is Peter Obi. So to be sincere, it's it's very important, it's very paramount that we retrieve our mandate to salvage our mandate, our nation. It's because our nation right now is beyond redemption with people like that. No matter how they try to sweep themselves, wash themselves, once you're not a saint, once you have corruption record, you cannot sell it. But for Peter Obi, I can guarantee that, because his record alone speaks. It speaks volume. So like we can place a bet. It's a two. It does that place a bet. It's a sure bet. What you call sure. But for two reason that we call, it's not. It's never even a sure bet. Even though he's trying to do one kind of fake miracle or the other, in trying to recall one kind of policy that even is even that is even anti people. But some people, so because all the policies are anti people. For instance, how much is fuel now? We are all suffering. No palliative. After all, in time of Goodluck Jonathan, there was a program called Shopee. Before they rose out, there was a program called Shopee. But there's no Shopee right now. We are all sitting down. And that kind of show the kind of coward nation called Nigeria. But then they have balls to come and sit down in Ojota, despite palliative was provided. They sat down in Abuja, they shut down Lagos. History will never forget. I'll always go back to history, because it's better we start knowing history, start having long memory, so that we can tell them they are wrong. But right now, they are the one that now saying that soft they must remove, and Nigerians are suffering. I can't even on my job for 3 hours. I'm scared of that because I don't know. But then, because the nation is just suffering. So the truth is that the point that we have the responsibility as individual to help our nation. So all eyes should be on the judiciary. All the world should know that justice has to be held. The right result has to be announced. If for them, if for the court to order recounting, on it's better. So thank you for the point. Thank you everybody. Thank you for listening.
All right, thank you very much, AK Priest. Okay, I think now I can go to Mommy Bolanle. We've not had the lady for some time. Mommy B.
Hey, good evening from my end. Good evening, Emma Saddam, Sizzle, 1 Million Nigeria, Jimmy, Otuba, everyone else on the space. Oh my God, I've listened for the longest time. Like Sizzle always says, listening sometimes it's you pick up so much more from just listening. But I came to mark register, and it's going to be a really short submission. Right. So Tinubu back to France. I even tried. I was waiting for him to go back the week after they did that sham inauguration, Clearly he's not a man that's well. But his puppet masters and him himself, whoever is coming to him will come to him. Shut that one, I know. Asari, you can always identify a man who is going after his own stomach. This is about him, and the sad thing is those people that are cheering and all the rest of it, they don't seem to understand the damage that all of this is doing to Nigerians, both at home and abroad. Right. When Google is such that everyone everywhere in the world can access it, they know, that the president-elect, they know he's a criminal. They know the links. You think America doesn't know the links that Shetima has with Boko Haram? The number 3 citizen, the Senate president is a thief. So it's like it's a converging of criminals, and the thing is, if anything is going to damage our image, that is what is damaging our image, right? Because if the president himself is a criminal, how do people think the world is looking at us all? So with this theatrics by Asari, I mean, I'm not really. Let me just say, we should expect more of this nonsense. By the time we get our mandate back, every Nigerian will breathe a sigh of relief. And so it's like people need to, get the seatbelts on and just see all the drama that will be coming. But as far as obedience are concerned, let's keep our eyes on the judiciary. Everything else, concern us. If they like arrest each other, concern us. The family matter. Let's just have that in your mind. It's a family affair, right? I, have to kudos to all of those who are keeping their eyes on, who are going, representing obedience in court, are showing up, not just at the presidential tribunal, but the ones across the states. You people are the MPs. You are so, I'm so glad that I'm on this journey with you all, and whether they like it or not, right, we're getting back our country. Nigeria has to work, and it has to work in my lifetime, right? And your lifetime, because this is it. It's like, until we have somebody who has the political will to deal with all these terrorists, right, across the country, people, innocent Nigeria, our fellow Nigerians, are just being slaughtered as if they don't matter. And I guess of all the things that frustrate me, it's that, because I know that Peter B, the day he arrives in Aso Rock, everybody will sit up, including all the military heads of service and all the rest, because he will summon them and give them a time frame that by so date, all of these so-called terrorists, you either kill them all or they could leave Nigeria and stay out of Nigeria, because this is nonsense. This is nonsense. Otherwise, why would an Asari be coming and telling us he's taking over from the job for that we have the military for? Military that is under, they don't fund them enough. The heads of service are the ones chopping money. I have a cousin who's in the army, and he keeps on saying, it's like, big sis, let me tell you, to some of the things that happen in the bush, some of the food they have to eat, the bad conditions they have to endure, only for the Boko Haram terrorists that they rounded up, or any terrorists that they've rounded up, only for them to be released back. Some of them are actually in the military, are in the army. You know what that means, what that portends for our future as a country. And I know Peter B is coming. When he comes, we all breathe a sigh of relief. That's all I have to say. I yield the mic.
All right, thank you very much, Mommy Bolanli. I think it's crazy. Okay, because the news. Asari Dokubo's news, I think I read it more than going to watch it. But I hope the Nigerian military does. This is an outright. It was as if he was sent to come and speak against the Nigerian military. Literally, it's crazy. All right, let's quickly go to Ido. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Emma Saddam. Good evening, women in Nigeria. Good evening, Jimmy, and every obedient on space. I just will continue from, your last statement. It's actually crazy. I remember in an article I titled Tinubu Craze. That was on the Democracy Day. We should be expecting, more of these crazy things in the coming days, because we still not have sanity yet in the system, because democracy is still, has many questions or dots that needs to be crossed, and until we get it right, we'll begin to see some of these abnormality in the system. Of course, it's not a surprise when I saw the news of Asari Tokubo in Aso Rock and the audacity, to even address the newsmen. I feel, ashamed for a profession where we have people, seeing Tara with this man that doesn't even have a character, who has lost the moral standing to talk on some certain things as far as Nigerian politics is concerned. These are set of people that they were once known or tagged terrorists, and then you have them in the seat of power in Abuja, saying trash about the Nigerian security architecture. I think if we have serious military in this country, people like that by now should be called for questioning, and they should investigate. Of course, he made mention of some cabals in the military and navy that have been into oil depth. I think it should be called for questioning. He should definitely have names of people that he think are in charge of this oil debt. So if it's not scripted, as you said, that women in Nigeria, I totally agree. I think there should be more, questions to the fact that if he has any information that he needs to give to the military, of course, he should have, be specific and not beating around the bush, because we are in a time in the country where our security is just like a gunpowder, and here comes a man who is trying to indict the military in the country. Of course, we can't say the military is actually saints in this stance. We already know what has been their defense in time past, especially using the media to mislead people at times, because we know whatever that is going on with the fight against terrorists of Boko Haram. At times we have coloration. It might not be actual what happened in the field. It's just really saddening that we are still having this talk right now. But we hope that with the outcome of judiciary, the right thing will be done, and when Mr. Peter Obi comes on board, this crease will become the things of the past. Thank you very much. I yield the mic.
All right, thank you very much, ID. Thank you very much. Okay, quickly, let's go to Fi- Finel. I know you've been here for some time, so please go ahead. 5 minutes. Finel, are you there? All right, if Finel is not there, let's just go.
Hello,
All
I'm
right, go ahead.
here. Can
Five
you hear
minutes.
me?
Yes,
Yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Good evening, all. Good evening, Saddam, Mr. Jimmy, every other person in the house, all obedient. Good evening. I've been up for a while now. My battery is almost dead, self. But I'll just, this is my first time really speaking on this space, this our violence space. I'm always here listening, looking, always looking forward and joining the space. It's always a time for me to learn and unlearn. So I just want to appreciate you guys for all you've been doing. Is I'm really happy. Whenever I come online on space, I'm always very glad to listen to you guys. You guys are doing it.
Finel, are you there? I think we are losing you. Okay, I think we lost Finel. That's all right. Quickly, let me take. All right, quickly, let me take wealth. Well, please, if you're in the speaker section and you want to speak, please raise up your hand. So, wealth, please go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Anywhere you're spacing from. Okay, man, I just did my own this evening. One of my friends just sent me a link. Because I don't follow useless people on my social media. So I was surprised that the freezer said that the freezer. What is that the freeze saying? I go check. The guy was just talking rubbish, blabbing about Peter Obi. So now I drag the weary. I drag and I ask and say, what is it working? Why are you people trying to cajole to one of the try one make people say may they move on? Why will move on? Why is he moving? Because the drug lord is busy signing rubbish. They sign everything they go on. Now be the work where they work for 2 weeks. I don't cause that one papa finish because the thing is that they don't dominate Instagram. I think on Twitter we have conquered them here, so they have gone to Instagram and creating fake account to be propagating their lies. And I say my commodity next time I just saw what was it called the drug lord is now in France. The first song that came to my mind is DMS. Here we go again. Here we go again. The same old story, the same old thing, and I don't understand why. The thing is that they think this movement is like before. Nigeria are docile people. They will forget. 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 So they want to try and cajole us. Now, na say we go court. Now we are in court. Now you people are saying we should move ahead. Why we go ahead? Why do you want us to go ahead? I don't understand. And that is just now the one that one is talking is referring to Asari, but referring to Reno. And I say, look at your mentality. Look at people you are referring to. All those one they get sense. Like I don't understand when you see the tragedy of what is happening now, it's clear that this man, waiting, I don't understand what you really need to convince you that this man is same old. Somebody that is not giving a terrorist opportunity to speak from the villa. I don't want to even talk about it because it's clear. He's trying to replicate what he did in Lagos, putting Agbero above what was it called, surrounding himself with when you know what is the body language of the country right now. See people that you haven't bringing to bringing around you, criminals like you want to the country to Agbero reason again. You are not bringing, look at people you are bringing close. So it's clear that this man has agenda. They are saying he has floated naira. The ones they try to use grammar. Now be the same for our papa those time. The one use grammar until they confuse us. Which one be naira floating? Naira floating is simple terms. You depreciated the currency. You depreciate naira. You say maybe they sell the same rates where they sell for black market the same bank with bank so that investor can. That is the simple thing you did. You only depreciated the currency. There's nothing special. There's no genius. There's nothing spectacular you did. You just depreciate naira, and in the long run, that thing cannot stand because why? You need to be exporting. The thing our principal has been saying, the country need to enter into what is it called, production. You need to produce. It's those production that will give your currency that balance, that liquidity, so that it will, the currency will have value. When you know they produce anything, you go float naira. In the long run, nothing go still happen. Everything go still bad the more. We know they produce. You're not exporting. So why are you floating the currency? You understand? That time I was in Nigeria. Made at that time I get like teach like for 2 weeks because we were thinking the dummy know what you want to come and do. Whereas people were just afraid then, the light was there. I remember light was there then, and also that way they see the arrest people they go up at that time. They arrest the way this one they do now. This one, what he's doing is a vindictive action now. It's gonna get people. It may feel frustrated for do the election because of the general this thing. The other EFCC guy, he's just going to get if he shot for and make he arrest Mahmoud Mob the sinner. So I don't say anything special that the idiot is doing. When they praise and say, "I say in 2 weeks is better than Buhari 8 years." Well, I remember that time when this guy was coming in, Buhari, this dummy was coming. That I saw with the crowd. I say, "Make una leave." I remember that's how we were shouting that time. How will you say person like Buhari, like you is past? There's nothing good about that man. You say you want to remove a professor, somebody who knows what human rights is. Is it not because what was it called? Our good luck was so lean in that time. That's why they were able to prepare their propaganda and use this same their cronies now. We're able to march in that 2012 against this what was it called policy then. It's because the guy know what human rights is now. They don't fit try for this time. They don't fit try again now. So I don't understand why they feel say they'll feel honestly we don't go call on. I won't call the bobos. Say we move on. We are not moving on. So the thing, I'm just happy. I will appreciate you guys for what you guys are doing. But I mean, now Instagram, I face them. Anywhere I see that go flow the bomba to bomba. We don't cook there for you now. We must redeem our country and we must win. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you. I like the fact that please all those people that used to do all those Instagram live are talking nonsense. If they allow any of you to enter, it's scatter the Instagram live for them. Thank you very much, Welt. Okay, let's go to a lady. Let's take Hure. Hure, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Oh, good evening. Well meaning.
Good evening. 5 minutes.
Good evening, 5 minutes. Good evening, Choma. Is it good evening, 5 minutes? Good evening, Saddam. Good evening, Jimmy. Otumba and N6 have fallen off. Good evening, everybody. You guys are amazing. Thank you for this space today again. And to me, I want to speak on Asari. When Saddam was saying he wanted to change the topic, I was like, please don't change Asari's own. I wanted to speak on Asari. Do you understand? So I feel like this is political grooming. Look, Amada has invested heavily in Asari, and it's more like for somebody who said Emiloko, it's more like I've planted and watered a tree, nobody else will sit under that tree. That's basically what he's doing, right? So this is easier than what happened with Lagos, actually. In Lagos, he had to build from scratch. Here, he's harnessing an existing structure. So for militants in the Niger Delta, militant warlords have men that work with them, and those men are usually referred to as soldiers. So in that vein, an ideology of a bureaucracy would most likely benefit from an Asari structure, and that's legit, right? Asari said that his men, N6 also told us here now that Asari's men have been employed to man the train lines, not any security, outfit in the country. Isn't this similar to what happened? Because if they're manning train lines, they're manning it for insecurity issues, because we've seen, attacks from, bandits and all of that. So they're going to be armed, right? Isn't it the same thing? I'm not very knowledgeable in what's happening in Sudan, but isn't it the same thing as happening in Sudan, where the Sudanese armed forces are clashing with rapid support forces? You're going to arm people to be out in the open like this? Isn't that what's happening in Sudan? Because I have a good grasp of what participatory management system is. I understand it. I know what it is. But this is not it. So if you don't know what participatory management system is, it's like, when you say a dog cannot eat a bone that you have hung on its neck. So that's participatory management system. But that would now have been Asari Dokubo employed to secure oil pipelines, not train lines, guys. Not train lines at all, right? So people who are asking, I understand the agitations in Niger Delta, they're very legit. I'm a Niger Delta baby girl, do you understand? But they're an agrarian people, their most prized possessions, land and water, and oil exploration activities have really affected them adversely. And their environment, gas flaring, some of these oil companies in Nigeria, they're flaring gases. They have no regard for us whatsoever. They're flaring gases in Nigeria. They can't flare gases in their mother decks, but they're doing that in Nigeria. And so we're seeing that suit that we've always talked about in Port Harcourt. So people are not asking for why Asari is visiting Aso Rock because they're disrespecting Niger Delta or they don't understand the agitations of the Niger Delta. That's not what they're asking. They're asking legit questions. Is he visiting as a friend, as a son, as a Niger Delta rep? In what capacity is the man going there? We've seen previous governments as well make this mistake where, Asari is coming to talk, or people like him are coming to talk. I feel like Asari doesn't have any business in Aso Rock. If you want to talk to him, that's fine, but not in Aso Rock. And these meetings it's like a posturing that is sending the wrong message to the Nigerians who have been law abiding, who have respected the government for long, and who will choose dialogue instead of taking up arms. And so I feel, if I take up arms, then you would invite me to Aso Rock as well. So people are looking at precedents here. Obviously, Nigerian government or governments before now, and even the present one, they don't have an idea what these things mean. At this point, I even feel like this has gone beyond posturing. Like, it's appearing like an attempt to instill fear or subtly intimidate, and they've given up the scent already. So that's why the man is crassly coming out of that meeting to have a press conference, which gave away the entire plot. So to our military, I feel like the military really dragging them into bullshit. I don't know if you guys remember NSAS as well, with Lagos toll gates and what happened, having the military coming in to explain themselves. I feel like, thankfully, they sort of exonerated themselves with that explanations that we saw. But now, after that saga, you're now moving to the Asari oil gate. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know what kind of chess he's trying to play, but you cannot make your military the fall guy. It's a wrong chess move. You can't do that. You're setting the military up against the people. That's what he wants to do. He wants to completely ruin their reputation, steal the people's love and respect for them. The military is wise. They're treading carefully, hence the delayed response, I think, hence the delayed response that we have seen. So they don't want to take this bait. Because imagine a country's military tainted or in political issues, they'll be called partisan. And once a military is partisan, it is colossal. And once you even try to fly such narrative, all this propaganda that you're doing, you want to fly that narrative about your military being partisan. A divided military is a looming war. I appreciate the military is calm, and I say God bless them, right? I want them to know, most of you are always on our spaces. I want you guys to know that same Nigerians know that the military always acts on orders. We respect you guys, we know. We know that there's no way you're near Nigeria's waterways if there wasn't an order in the first place for you to be there. So Asari's words are his, and this may have been a wrong chess move, like I said before, and I'm glad that you guys are really dodging this bait. And, you know, to Tinubu's short reign or whatever it will be, I feel like he's also going towards taking all the benefits that Nigerians get from their government, from the subsidy removal that we have seen having the imprints of short-changing us, you know, creating avenues for continual embezzlement, to the students' loan, thanks to Parallel Facts, to David Hunde, all of these guys who are exposing these things. We have enjoyed government subsidy on education, but this is looking like they're moving to remove that subsidy again on education. And then they are also in the same vein trying to quell agitations by presenting this pseudo student loan that nobody can really access if you look at it. So you're also now bringing creek activities to land. Oh my God. I don't think they understand the implications of these things, right? There's a reason why the military doesn't handle civil cases. It's because their training does not allow for that threshold. And then you're bringing men from the creeks who have understood nothing but violence to interface with civilians. They're going to be armed. Are you crazy? This is a very uncomfortable idea. I don't know what he's thinking, but I feel like he's just seeing this as a bountiful harvest for him after taking care of, you know, Dokubo's wife and kids. But it's a terrible decision. And for a medical tourist, you're empowering turbulent streams that require the kind of supervision that only you can give. Now, these streams will clash on various grounds, from in your absence, from arrogance, irrationality. They're going to clash. I don't know what he's doing again, but at this point, we're in God's hands, and we're just counting down days now to the final steps of this PEPT, and we're hoping that the judiciary will just do justice to what's going on. And I stand with N6 as well when he said that he posited that young people should lead because they haven't really gone deep into political compromise. Guys, thank you. God will save Nigeria. We will not be a case of Sudan, in Jesus' name. Amen. I would always pray. That's my hope. Good night.
All right, good night. Chioma, thank you very much. I mean, I think I want to play this for us to hear just the probably 10 seconds part, the first part of, you know, Asari Dokubo went literally on rampage on the military. Literally.
99% of oil theft can be traced to the Nigerian military.
Oil theft. I mean,
wait. This guy was saying this thing from Aso Rock.
From Aso Rock, guy.
Oh,
I don't. You know what? I've seen this whole thing. I've been reading it from normally when I open Parallel Fact, I've read it as the quote. I said, "Oh, this is what he said." This guy said this from Aso Rock. I know because I played those two videos, just those two parts just now. Some people may think, oh, he said it at once. No. The first part I played, he said it somewhere at the beginning. Then he started talking. They started talking about the security issues. People should go and watch the whole video, maybe later on. He started talking about the security issues in Nigeria, mentioned different states, this from Kaduna to this and that. Then that's where he went back to say, and the blackmail by the Nigerian military is very shameful. They are liars. They are lying. And I'm like, he's saying this from Aso Rock. I really don't know. I hope the Nigerian military does more than, saying a statement to say, oh, we are saying he's lying or something. This is. I mean, there's places you don't cross. There are lines you don't cross.
Bro, Nigerian military will reply him in a very, very
No, it's not just Asari. I think they should, because the truth is,
They
this
have
guy
replied him
will
already. Now it's on the parent facts. I replied him yesterday, but
exactly.
I was very docile. Like,
Exactly. That's what I wanted to say.
Madam,
that was very
The
docile.
guy of
Like,
denial.
don't expect that.
no be verbal reply they go give am. No be verbal. There are other ways to reply someone like that. No be verbal because say don't declare now. Say na him government don't give Kaduna to Abuja road, making the protect, not the military.
Oh, Jimmy, just hold on. Let me continue. He said this thing you are saying. I said it after. You see the context in which he said it. Just hold on. I need people to understand, because because even I myself, even when we were discussing this topic earlier, I think I myself underestimated what he said, until I think it was one of our brothers that came to speak just now and said, oh, you watched it. And I was like, that's true. Sometimes when you read something, you might go and watch it. And I went to look for it to just see if I can watch it. And I started seeing what that guy meant. Just listen after I said they are liars.
They said they do not have enough armament. And people listen to these false narratives. They are lying. They are liars. I repeat, they are liars, because I am a participant. I am a participant in this war. I fight on the side of the government of the Nigerian state, in Plateau, in Niger, in Anambra, in Imo, in Abia, and in Rivers State, and in Abuja. Today you are traveling to Kaduna on this road. It's not the army that made it possible for you to travel to Abuja or travel to Kaduna, vice versa. It is my men, employed by the government of the Nigerian state, stationed in Niger. Today you go to Baga, you go to Chirolo.
Play on where they go now. They play on they go.
Away. I don't know.
You go to Wase. We have lost so many men, and we do not use in all this engagement. We don't even have 1% of the armament deployed by the Nigerian military.
God punish your father, Lori Buruku. You're not lying.
Resounding success.
Oh my God, I don't really. This is absolute travesty on the Nigerian military. I mean, of course, like people said, the Nigerian military, they are not saints. I mean, but I as a person, I think naturally, if there's anybody, any institution you should respect, it is the military of any country. So for this guy to come and say,
bro,
this is not
military of any country on their own, then be called. On their own, then be called. So for this one to the open mouth, they follow military talk like that. Not be just one of them.
Jimmy,
he pack all of them together.
Jimmy, Asari Dokubo normally they sit down for all this background where you go see plantain leaf for the background. Everybody you go make video.
Just chip in. This one we actually just request.
Yeah, actually I'm coming. I'm coming.
Drum.
You go see plantain leaf for the background. This one is talking from. I mean, when you my point is that if Asari Dokubo said this from his house in the creeks, it is still a problem. It is still something that is worth military getting this guy for. Not
bro,
coming to
like
say
it's like the head of KKK going to White House to give a statement. Going to White House
against American military men. I don't understand. And he said it, and try to insinuate that the Nigerian military is incompetent. That the protection you are seeing is not them. They are incompetent. With all they are incompetent. It is me. I'm the one. And he said this in at the villa. I bet it's the thing that annoy me. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, I'm trying quickly want to say something, so we just say it so I can get
Well,
other people before I
meaning
go
my
vex
brother
finish.
Jimmy, Saddam, and every other member of the violence space. I listened to that interview, and while you guys were doing this analysis, I decided to just jump in and shed more light a little bit on the situation. If you've known Asari for as long as most of us Niger Deltans have known him, you'd know that his work has been defense contracts. That's Asari's role in the Nigerian political space. It didn't start today. It started way, way, way as back as the Adwa administration, even prior to Goodluck Jonathan taking over. That has been Asari Dokubo's role. Now, there are few things which we have to consider in this very conversation. Is Asari telling the truth about him having a defense contract to secure parts of northern Nigeria to ensure safe travels down that route? If Asari said it, it is true. That's number one. It's not news that the Nigerian military, leadership has been called to question about being complicit, one, in the terrorism or whatever terrorism has happened in Nigeria. Two, there's always this thing, and Jimmy, I know say you're familiar with this. Whenever government go employ defense contracts or defense contractor make on ensure security of certain places, there are a lot of things that pop up that warrant that very move. So some of them are human rights issues. So the Nigerian military has been constantly accused of being complicit in human rights violations. So it makes sense why the Nigerian government would want to do this. Now, there's another thing in play, and I think this one is the one that is most relevant to all of us as majorly obedience. A character has usurped the democratic process of a country. That character has been beckoning desperately for legitimacy. That character realizes what the political demographic of the country is. That character understands only one thing about politics, ensuring that you situate warlords in every position of, your political space to be able to gain credence or win any battle. That character is beginning to ramp up warlords per region. That's what he's doing. And while we listen to the military undertone, or, albeit the military undertone of this is conversation, also take time to listen to the attack on a region of the country, that region being the southeastern part of the country. That press conference was very big, or very, very much political than it was a security press conference. In fact, I even believe that the distraction is making it a security conversation. It was a political press conference. You heard a lot of things about Nnamdi Kanu. You heard a lot of things about the southeastern Nigeria. It is not news that the current political structure is very, very afraid right now, for the first time in a very long while, about the unity of regions, the most marginalized regions in the country, vis-a-vis the north central, southeast, and yes, the south-south region. What they are moving for now is to break them into factions so that they can handle them in blocks. And what better way to do it? Exhume a warlord, a terrorist, a criminal, a militant, and put him in a position where he actually can command respect so that he can go head to head with the Nigerian military. Why? One, because he has information. Information which is very vital to our national security. So you can't exactly attack that man right now because he will sing like a canary. It's the same reason why you cannot attack people like Boss El Mustafa, for instance, in the country, and he's walking free. Because attacking him is a national security threat. Two, you have to tread carefully too with the character because you don't know what he's going to do that is going to truncate the income of the country through oil. All I'm trying to explain is very simple. While we talk and analyze what these concerns are, we have to realize that the actual carrot in play right now is that you people's case. Nothing Tinubu has done. And I think people need to, come to that conclusion. There is nothing Tinubu has done since May 29th that has not been focused on the Presidential Electoral Tribunal. Everything. Talk about the student loan, buhaha, talk about the MFLA. In fact, we are running around talking about the financial policies of MFLA and forgetting the fact that MFLA was the single mortal threat to Tinubu's presidency. Drop the obedient movement, drop Peter Obi. MFLA was that, what do we call it in Greek? Trojan horse that the presidency possibly would have used to knock down this Tinubu presidency. So what better way than to dismantle your enemies? We have to know what is important. Because if you don't know what is important, we'll be doing this wild goose chase. And yes, thank God we've identified that it is rubbish that we with student loan. We've identified the other rubbish. But we need to stay on point. They want us to walk away from what we are staying on. Sit down on the matter. Whatever the storms are, sit down on the matter. At this point, I'm expecting Kabaka to wake up in the morning and talk about some crazy things. I'm expecting maybe Shegumi to pop up for somewhere in Kaduna and start saying things. I'm expecting a huge storm across the country. How is he going to take considerable, leadership of the Nigerian military if he doesn't shake the military like this? I don't know if you're following. How is he going to say, okay, they say the military is compromised. Let us set up an investigation. All right, I'm going to switch the service chiefs and all of that. How is he going to do that if things like this don't pop up? We have to always listen to their noise, but stay on our points. Everything is always a distraction. Whoever is handling, because I don't think this is sustainable alone, personally. I think there are a lot of handlers in this. So whoever is handling this very game now, the end goal is sustaining this presidency for 4 years. Starts. That's how we call it, message. Start 4 years. Then they can now discuss the subsequent 4 years. If that is their goal, your own goal and my goal should be truncating this thing as soon as possible. Don't get distracted. They will come up with more madness. Don't get distracted. Sit down. Sit down on this matter. Go to other social media. Build pressure groups. Build communities. But sit down on what you have. What you have is that you won an election and you want to get back to, sitting on that very Aso Rock and take this criminal out of there. If that is the only thing you have, hold it. Forget all these criminals. They pop up once in a while, one here and there, making baseless accusations, but nothing can really happen to them because, again, national security. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you very much, my people.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Archie. Thank you. I mean, I think my real point is really that it's not. I'm not even after like Archie said. I'm not even after the military going after us. I need this military to also know what is going on, what their own whatever president giving is trying to do with them, so that everybody should know what's at stake and take position. That was my real point, and I just hope they know.
And let
Make
me add to
everybody
what
take
you said
position.
now. Well-meaning Nigeria. I mean, from what Archie said now, we are not distracted. We're just calling the attention of Nigerians to see how bad things are getting under their so-called interim president right now. I mean, all we've been doing is just, we our eyes have been on the game. Nobody can distract us from that. But at the same time, we can chew gum and walk at the same time and know that, look, this is madness. In the same client, this is not even meant to be happening, but it's happening in our presence. And that's the reason why I compare I use that illustration of a KKK. Like maybe one of the top leaders of the KKK should just go to White House and start making, what's it called, announcement or giving press conferences, to the American people. It's absurd. It's very, very unprofessional of these democratic so-called leaders. I mean, the election that took them there in the first place is not even democratic. They are not the real winners of the election. So whatever it is they are doing right now is just what they think is right for them to do. And that's the reason why we're still on this point. We need to reclaim our mandate back. And I'm sure Peter Obi will be looking like them that, okay, this is the rascality we are talking about. Isn't this the rascality he's been talking about all along? Can you imagine the guts? And you have the crest of the country right behind him when he was making those useless statements. And this is a criminal himself. He is a criminal. He's a non-terrorist himself. On TV during an interview, he confessed killing 2 policemen live. He confessed. So what are we talking about? But I mean, that being said, that was a brilliant submission, Achi. You know, they know what they're doing. They're planning a lot, but see, I don't know the kind of strategy they are pulling. No, he no consign us. Anything where they like, maybe they do them. It's just for time. Obi is coming to reclaim that mandate, and we will flush all of them come out. Asari Dokubo, Star Wars Minister, all of them. Ntoba wuli kompetele gbogbo wọn báyìí, Igborere, they are going out.
Meanwhile, Jimmy, just to add before I step out, you also, and well-meaning, you also have to understand that the Nigerian military is not a friend to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Recall that at the end of that election, every single barrack of the Nigerian military voted against this man. You remember, every single barrack of the Nigerian military in the country voted away from that man's candidacy. Why wouldn't he go against them in whatever means he can? I'm surprised he has not started kicking at the what's it called, the leadership of the military, and I expect it next week. So they are not in this. They are not lovers. So nothing of this kind should surprise us in any way. Thank you very much, my people. Make a run. God bless you.
All right. My own, everybody just chat no. You know, say before election, Peter Obi, they say the rascality. Obi, they shout rascality. Some people say all these people just they make noise. Hope shall say military don't they see and say the rascality is now manifesting. So everybody take position. Anyway, let's just go back to our speakers. I'll just quickly take. I wanted to take. Anyway, let's quickly take. Abokinagiri, I know you just came, but most of the time you go there. Before you know that happen, your network will drop you. So please go ahead. 4 minutes, because you have to take a lot of speakers. Abokinagiri, how far? That's the network doesn't cast you safe. All right, if you're not there, let's just go to Peter is better. Peter is better. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, my guy. Wait a minute. Thank you very much. Aki has just actually given very strong update. But let me make one thing clear. I'll be listening to people. Nobody else said this thing. I think, let me just make it clear. A birds of a feather flock together. And if you go into serious investigation, you understand that Asari and Tinubu are not just friends yesterday or today. Tinubu have been the one sponsoring Asari and causing problem at the Niger Delta. Go and verify. Actually doing that to spite Obasanjo. But Obasanjo bringing in Jonathan as running mate to Yaradua to douse the tension in Niger Delta. And it actually worked for them. So this man has been the sponsor of terrorism in Nigeria, even in the southeast. Even the guy that is actually funding Samuel Ekpa is Tinubu. Go and verify. The unknown gunmen in the southeast, it is Tinubu. Go and verify. I know they said this here. Let them call me. I will respond. I'm not afraid of anything. Go and verify. So this guy is living a life of criminality, and the military, they know about it. I don't want to say the military is a sin. The military are into their kind of criminality too. We know about that. But the military, they know about it. And this man know that it's under tension. He knows that they have already informed him. He cannot. They have informed him. And the military just waiting for the judgment to come so they can kick him out if he refuses. That is what he knows. So now his game plan is strategically working to see how they can just only cancel the election and do a fresh election, making him available to contest. That is what he's just negotiating for. That is what he's fighting for right now. That if you can see the activities, what they are doing is campaign. It's not working, it's just campaigning. Billboards everywhere. Go to everywhere. Tinubu is this, Tinubu. They are campaigning seriously for another election because they know that this election, he didn't win. And now they are working silently to see how the election can be cancelled for a fresh election that he will participate. That is their game plan. And we know we won the election. They are not going to succeed. So there are a lot of other information that I would like to, but I'm not going to express all those ones here. The truth is that this guy sponsored this guy to raise money through bunkering. The issue of bunkering in Niger Delta was being sponsored by Tinubu. And that was where one of the places he raised most of those funds. He used in bribing the INEC official, INEC talk hierarchy. he rigged the election for him. Go and verify. The military know about it. So the truth is that this man is doing everything possible to discredit the military, knowing fully well the organization that was unable to capture up to this moment military. He has captured the DSS, he has captured police, he has captured the NDA, he has captured but the military is very difficult for him to capture. And that is why he's trying to use this guy to achieve that goal. All eyes on the judiciary. I use my mic.
Thank you very much, Peter is better. Thank you very much. Let me add my voice to what Saddam said earlier. Tinubu will be disqualified. It's not there's except he has an explanation for his former gender, or I don't know, but he will be disqualified. So thank you very much, Peter. That was very expository. Thank you. All right, let's quickly go to Smart. I know you have been here for like the longest, so please go ahead.
Okay, good evening and afternoon wherever you are. So, how are we doing today? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead. Saddam, please check your DM.
Okay. So, again, is to start with appreciations for all the good work everyone is doing. I think the MVPs now are the people, especially the ladies, giving us feed from the PEPT, the likes of General Lucci, the Sarah, the Piers. Well done, people. And it's very, very annoying. I think in the corporate sectors, it's really it's depressing how people are moving on. Honestly speaking, so sometimes violence space is just where to recharge your mood. But I must tell you the truth: in the corporate world, corporations, people are moving on. They want to move on with their lives, and it's really funny and depressing at the same time. But please keep this fire burning, keep the torch burning. Everybody cannot just move on. When somebody steals from us, we cannot just say. And then they are bringing a lot of propaganda. Somebody was showing me today in one of the office WhatsApp a message which was something of 2015, where this that guy was talking about defending the snail that we had that time that had 6 months and did nothing. So they needed time to plan. That's why nothing is happening. And they were passing it off as to this speech, saying the guy is articulate. Look at, and if not that I remember that video of 2015. Intelligent people are passing these things off as something that happened today. And I was like, what? This is his policy, or he has achieved something. We become president to present to. And now they present it to his team and they claim that it is their job. I've seen that report in January. It was not done by any of his people. So these kind of things are what is happening, and people are beginning to think that, oh, something great is happening. And I saw one pastor saying that look, come on. It's people have very short memories in this country, and we need egalitarian people like you to keep reminding people, because if we keep quiet, people will just forget about it. Look at this issue of militants visiting Aso Rock. I was shocked. I was miffed to see a militant, after shaking hands with the president that they have put there, and then he started addressing press conference. So generally, visitors to a presidential house address press conference based on the outcome of the discussion with the president. And basically, what it means is that this guy is telling us what he has discussed with the president, which is that our own military are the people that are committing security crimes. So if our president knows this, why does he need a militant to issue that statement? And I'm even more miffed by Navy challenging him to come and bring his proof. I want to believe him. He has made a sweeping accusation to the top echelon of security in Nigeria. What I expect is DSS to now start investigation and start by inviting him to give them evidence. Of course, I want to trust the military to be the one to investigate it since they are accused. But I think this calls for heavy and high level investigation to see what is the truth in this. But I mean, this is someone that just a few months ago he did a parade with all kinds of guns showing. So when somebody saying ex-militant, I really like the correction from I think NC then. This guy made a show of force with all kinds of weapon, and nobody has invited him. The other time he was on social media threatening obedience with gun as well. Nobody has invited him. So these are the kinds of people that we'll begin to see in Aso Rock if we don't get our country, if we don't get our mandate back. So thank you for keeping me thought. And I think I see where I'm in Nigeria telling me it's time. So I need to round up. The only other thing I want to beg is if few people are beginning to commercialize the obedient movement. I thank you guys in the parallel facts as well as the violence space for remaining focused. Please, let's all remain focused. Once this thing becomes commercialized, it will even make more people lose attention on the real deal. Thank you, and back to you. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Smart. Okay, quickly, let's go to our ground respondent, Willem Abest. Guys, pardon me, I need to go to ground correspondence. Willem Abest, are you here? Willem Abest.
1 minute, Nigerian. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you're speaking from. Please, it's Professor Steve that actually wants to speak because we are in his months and I told him that violent case is going on. I'm supposed to speak on the case and he said he just needed to just say hi to you people while we are here. So that's why I actually requested the mic because I will do my submission when I leave here. So, Professor, please, back up.
Hello.
Wait.
Capella, one house. My younger brother here. Hello. Can they hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you.
All right, sir.
Tell you.
We can hear you, sir.
Go on.
And no Saddam. Saddam, how are you doing?
Hey, good.
1 minute, how are you?
Hello.
It's my pleasure to be with you. My brother and friend here, Deacon Campella is here with me. He's on. I think they gave me sign.
Yeah, keep talking.
He's on. What are you doing?
Keep talking. Keep talking. It's going.
You know, we're here talking about just about the same thing we're talking about. It's a country, it's a nation. And what can I say? But salute your resilience, salute your consistency, salute the fact that this is our challenge, this is our journey. And then interestingly, we're positive and optimistic that we would win at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. And we're looking beyond that. But interestingly, very interestingly, we're sitting out at my lounge. The King Kempela, the Delta candidate is here. Mad Mo, the effervescent, ruthless Mo is here. Real Everbest is here. Dr. Emeka is here. Piper, the effervescent Piper is here. Then one smallish woto, one smallish woto, ginger fire. I wonder how obedience come. UC was here. There's some Sarah, isn't it?
Yeah, Sarah Ibrahim.
Brutal. She's firebrand. You know, we're talking about the future that we all share. And I believe that God on our side, victory is certain. I believe that God on our side, the revolution that the obedient movement and indeed Peter Gregory Obi and all those who stand for the cause for a new Nigeria epitomized will come true. So I encourage you, I salute what you're doing. God on our side, victory is absolutely certain. And you know my usual refrain, MS Saddam, Jimmy, you know what I would always say, and that's that quote from James Russell Lowell. He said that in the 19th century, and I quote him, truth forever on the scaffold, falsehood forever on the throne. That same truth sways the future, for behind the dim unknown standeth God in the shadow, keeping watch above his own. God has not gone to sleep. The prayers Nigerians say every day is alive and well. The duty and the job that our lawyers are doing in the courts are effective, efficient, and effectual. And most importantly, truth will prevail. So I encourage you, I salute you, Saddam, for your resilience. I salute you, well meaning. Can you hear me, brothers and sisters?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I salute you, Jimmy. I salute everyone. And together, committed to the purpose for a new day and a new dawn. Our God hasn't gone to sleep. He's the God who runs the human pilgrimage, who brought our boisterous planet out of primal vapor. Victory is certain, definite. I won't take so much of your time. This ambush by real Everbest won't be too long. I salute you, I greet you, I love you all. I yield the mic. And I guess, Deacon Kempela will want to say hi to you. You know, he ran for governorship in Delta State. You all know him. Yeah, so say, Deacon Kempela will just say hi to you. Deacon. All right.
If you like, this one, usually I'm usually in the listener section, just listening. But it's nice. It's nice to have opportunity to say hi to you guys. We are here having drinks and shooting breeze. Shooting breeze and discussing the future of Nigeria. I can assure you that. Oh, okay, yeah. I believe we are confident that change will come, no matter how long it takes. We are confident that change will come. That's what we're talking about. How would we move forward, depending on whatever scenarios that we have? Okay, so let's keep faith. Let's keep faith. Let's keep confident, and victory will surely come. I yield the mic. Dr. Mo dey here. Dr. Mo dey here. Hold on for him.
Dr. Mo.
Okay. Okuna no vex. Our own violence with the down where Tinubu. Sorry, the placeholder president. Okay, well, I bet Mukuna accept them for the Abado people they listen here because some of us know the fear face anymore. Okay, but make it just hold and small because we they come, we they come, and when the time reach, woto everybody go collect. That is just the only truth. There is no middle ground. So from the ground zero here, we they announce to the world, First of all, Tuale for all the violent space for holding up. They need to know, say things don't change and nothing will remain the same again because there's a new sheriff in town. Yes, we did here. We did here from Sokoto to Lagos, Ibadan to Warri, everywhere. South Africa to New York. We did there. PO is coming, no shakings. When I did here, when I did together. I be no one talk what I want to do. When they hear say Asari, they call my name. Now only 2 leg. Anyway, that's in left leg. But I just leave him because as he come, unity fighting, I go just break leg. And I know say those way there made them give him the message. Last say mad must deal. He go collect. He go collect. As we dey prepare for the run, anybody do anyhow. Go see anyhow. Swale for my people, Bokuna dey, no shakings, we dey.
All right, Sarah Ibrahim, Sarah, tell them something. Tell your people, tell them something now. We don't know who will get to tell them something.
Wait. How many bottles will you have as in drink for?
I don't know. Ever best. Hi everybody. Hope you guys are doing great. Well done, Saddam. We're always actually having this.
I can see you in the listener session, Sarah. I can see you.
You know, I'm always there now. I'm always there listening, 100%. No matter what's going on, I'm always there listening. You guys, well done. Thanks for everything. But you know that we have a whole lot of work to do. I mean, we have seen a direction that the court is going to, and we are actually working on it. And we need to start sitting together to start putting these plans together. So basically, that's what we're getting done. I want to give a shout out to you all. Saddam, well done, 100%. Well meaning my new husband, because Saddam has left me for other people. Yeah, I say hi to you too. Jimmy with his squeezed face. All right. You guys, well done.
All right, thank you. Yeah, thank you everyone here. Please, all love coming from Abuja. Please, Professor Chris Nwokobia has a very good solid lounge in Abuja. Nice place, serene environment. It's a place you want to come. It's a place you enjoy. You know, he's been inviting me to come to this, but I was here today. I'm overwhelmed. I'm blown out. Please, if you're in Abuja, please, you just have to come to this place. You know, it's obedient, patronized, and it's going to give any obedient that come to his land discount. Whether I want to sleep here, whether I want to buy anything, it's going to give. It's a lovely place. In short, Saddam, please, we just have to make every this lounge is somebody who is committed to this movement, is somebody who's giving his heart to this movement, and he has a business in Abuja, a very nice place that anybody, if you're in Abuja, if you're not in this place, my brother, you're missing on a very serious note. Please, we have to talk about that and push this thing. If you come to this place, it's an obedient lounge and it's going to give you a discount. So it's all love from here. You know, I will please, if I have opportunity when I get home, I'm going to speak with you guys. But everything we are saying here is that we are prepared for the worst. Whatever, like I will always say, we hope for the best and we prepare for the worst. Whatever happens, we are getting our mandate back. It's all love from here. Peace. I've not got sweet angel. Sweet angel.
You never best, bye.
How many bottles you don't drink for that place? Never best. How many bottles and how many fish we don't jump? Yeah, never best.
Saddam, ask him whether he's paying for the advert. I send them make you do advert.
No.
God bless all of
He's supposed
you.
to give you free advert.
God bless all of you.
Nice one, sir.
God bless all of you.
How many bottles, sir? How many bottles you don't give him? I just want to know.
I don't know, but you like in a black bottle they do. You know, na black. Don't mind Sarah. She not even drink, but she high pass people when they drink. You guys take care, bro. Love you guys.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right. Sweet angel, I'm hailing you. I know, say Saddam.
Get out from here. Get out from here. Go and be drinking. Please. Remember best. Respect yourself. When Nigeria continue, please.
All right. Thank you very much. That's why Releva Best. When we say Releva Best is a ground correspondence. That's what it means. You see, you spoke to us now. We took four submissions in one. We took 4 submissions from only one person.
Sorry. Releva and UC Maxwell. Someone sent me $20 for the 2 of you. She's making a split time. I thought I should mention that. Back to you, Will.
All right, okay. All right, okay. Let's just quickly go to let's go to our speaker. Let's take a lady. Um. Oh, sorry. I think Oladipo have been here for a long time. So Oladipo, please go ahead first, and we'll come to Madam Emily, and we'll take it from there. Oladipo, are you there? Maybe Oladipo is not. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, let's just go. Madam Emily, please go ahead. 4 minutes.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, well-meaning. Good evening, Olga Emma, and good evening, Jimmy, and the rest of you guys. Oh, Maxwell. Good evening. Happy weekend, everyone. Hope everyone is doing all right in spite of all the tribulations and the wahala these Abado people are giving us. My comment this evening, number one, is I don't know what's going on. It's just weird that there's propaganda just heating up since last night against P2B, especially from one Tommy. I don't even not need to recognize his name. A former House of Assembly or so in Ondo State, coming up with all that rubbish about P2B. I think we need to counter that seriously. I don't know what's
Madam
behind
Emily,
this
let's just go to the topic.
people that start putting all like his manifesto, some of the things audience they gave him and sitting down in a so-called Aso Rock, and they gave him that press conference. I just do not understand it. What exactly is going on? But when you look at his comments, the press conference, some things he said, I have a feeling that they are like threatening the army. Like someone said earlier on, the military voted for P2B, almost all the military areas or wards or polling units voted for P2B. I feel like they know, not I feel like, I know that they know that they will lose the tribunal, and what they're doing is threatening the military and trying to, like, when they ask him to vacate the Aso Rock, and if he refuses, the military will be the one probably to step in if anything happens. So he's indirectly trying to shut them down by using this terrorist, because he's got some kind of power, ammunition power somewhere. So yeah, they should watch out. But I hope the military will come out and make a comment or like a briefing. But I don't know because they don't involve themselves. They're like, I mean, we're in democratic government, so they probably will not say anything. But I think that's the direction these people are taking. They're preparing for the aftermath, because I know definitely that P2B is going to win this tribunal. There's no way that he will not. The amount of evidence we have is too much, three much, and million much. So they are preparing for that day. They will tell Tinubu to step out, and definitely they'll be swearing in P2B like in less than 24 hours before the announcement is made. So they're kind of preparing and threatening the military and the judiciary or any other person who will be involved in that, in the ruling. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's my second. And lastly, please, can we still, like I said, in our other space, when we talk about the live updates, can we still continue to retweet? P2B is my president. All eyes on judiciary, because as it stands now, this is the only way our voice can be heard. Since we cannot protest or anything, is our kind of way of protesting. Please, people, do retweet it. When you see in other people's tweet, please try and retweet it. And then, when you wake up, please make it as a point of duty to keep retweeting that. Please, very, very important, so that we keep our president up there. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good evening, and I yield my mic. Good night, and hopefully we'll speak on Monday.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam Emily. Thank you very much. Please, guys, that's true. Let's always tweet with hashtag all eyes on the judiciary, Peter Obi is my prayer. Those kind of hashtags. Sometimes I go back to edit my tweets if I forgot to put an hashtag. So let's try to do that. Thank you very much. All right, let's quickly go to Oladipo. Are you back now? If Oladipo is not back,
I'm here, well meaning.
I, I had called you before. Okay, go ahead. 4 minutes.
Aha. Thank you, thank you very much. My dear brother, let me use Peter Obi's slangs. My respected elder brother, Hemia Saddam. Well meaning Jimmy, I greet you. Thank you very
Omo, you
much.
senior me. Which kind of say who big is it? Who do your elder brother?
You be my elder brother now. I beg.
Now you senior me. I beg. Which kind thing be this one like?
Me will be 17 years. I beg. Thank
They
you
never
guys
born
for
you. They never born you.
the hard work. Honestly, violence space has been a space where all obedient used to come and have solace whenever you are sad about this country. So I'm so much sad this week. Like a renowned militant in my country, Nigeria, now has a courtesy to meet someone in the presidential villa. To meet someone in presidential villa, a renowned, a renowned. Oh my God! So, how can a renowned militant have such courtesy in my country? This is practically unacceptable. We cannot accept this. And we all know that Tinubu is back to France. I've never seen a rechargeable human being, but now I've seen one. We have seen rechargeable car, rechargeable fan, rechargeable whatever. So now we have a rechargeable human being. For us, obedient movement is not a movement anymore. It's a way of life. It's a way of life because that good governance that we are asking for must actualize. It must come to reality. Obedient movement, if you are going to translate it, is just a call for a good governance in this country. Nothing more, nothing less. So, obedient movement to us, personally, it is not a movement anymore. That good governance, we must actualize it through Peter Obi. And I want to commend our legal team for the hard work they are doing at the petition tribunal. Of course, tomorrow I have a live program here in Kanu to discuss about 1 hour about all these things. I wish Real Best can speak House. I would have invited him to come because he knows everything about this issue. But anyway, I have so much thing to say. I will. I know I'll do justice to the whole program, the issue of this La Media Papa and everything. I know they will ask me the crisis within the Labour Party and whatsoever. So I think there's a good momentum we are keeping, and from what we are seeing, the victory is ours by the special grace of God, because all that lot of evidences. I don't know how the judges will overcome this. I'm telling you. So this is a very welcome development to us, and Nigeria, by the grace of God, will salvage. Thank you guys for all what you are doing. And of course, please, Prof have said something. We should keep ourselves in prayers. Prayers, if you're a Muslim, if you're a Christian, if you're a traditional believer, we should pray. Because whatever we do now, it's only God that will protect us. It's only God that will give us this victory. So we'll keep praying in our various ways for this mandate to be restored by the grace of God, inshallah. Thank you guys for the hard work. I greet everybody on this platform, everybody on this space, and thanks to the Parallel Facts team. You are doing a good job. We really appreciate your resilience, your hard work, and everything. Thank you guys. I yield.
Thank you very much, Abokinagiri. We are going to get our mandate back, inshallah. Thank you very much. Let's go to lady. Let's go to Lorena. Lorena, are you here? I haven't noticed your hand is not up, but All right, if you're not here, let's just go to Mary White. Mary White, please go ahead. If you want to speak and you're in the speaker section, put up your hands.
Hi everyone. A booking number. Before I start, please, my brother, since you're talking about prayers, please join us tomorrow on Sundays. It's for everyone, not just Christians. Whatever you believe in, please come and join us in prayer. So please do. So before I start, please, whoever is
Mary
playing
White,
that,
please, what time? Because
oh
I
sorry,
have
my
to go
brother,
to my farm.
it's 1:30 p.m.
Oh wow,
tomorrow,
wow, wow.
Nigerian time, and every
Okay.
day I think from um not real of a best 1 minute help me too. We do have mornings prayers every day, 6 o'clock to 6:30 p.m.
Make I confess, that morning prayer I
a.m.
never join one.
I do.
Now sleep. They carry me sleep. Oh God help me.
Me too, but sometimes I wake up. So it's 6 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. Nigerian time. Sometimes we go over to like 7. And I think on Wednesday is 8 to 9 p.m. Nigerian time. So please join us. It's not just for Christians, it's for everyone. Whatever you believe in, please come. It's a non-denominational prayer service. So before I start, please, whoever is playing that drum, please, please, I beg you.
Mary White, it was because of you I stopped my bell. You say it was very sharp. It was very. Now I've gone to a drum that is just. Some people are dancing to it when I play it, and you want to complain. No,
Okay,
please.
my brother. I just want to hear your voice, and I'll know it's time. I think I'll take your voice to drum or bell. Thank you, my brother. And then I say hi, everyone. Hi, obedience. Hi, Saddam. In-law. Long time. How are you? How Oremi? I see.
One number.
Yes, sir.
One number.
Yes, sir. Hi, everyone. So I guess straight to the topic. For me, actually said it all for me because my thing is like this is APC is a government of criminals. I mean, this is someone in the name of Asari Dokuba who claims that he went to see his daddy, who surprisingly or scarily, if there's any word like that, has access to security intelligence. So obviously, he must ashes it to us in form of or stupid kind of like a press conference. And you could see it. I guess yesterday it was him. The other day it was a Delta governor. Who knows who's next? And you also have other people who have surrounded him in form of the chief of staff and they're not like can't name them. So it's just a party of criminals. And the thing for me is the effrontery. Like this people, like they just come and think that they could just talk to those of us that like mean well for this country. And I think we should all have our eyes on judiciary. Do not lose focus, like everyone has been saying, because yes, they are giving credence to people that they shouldn't, and but we should also know that it's just temporary. And on that note, I'll just keep saying, please, please, please. I know Emir Saddam has said it. Let's not get into this idea that it's going to be a rerun because there isn't going to be a rerun. If there was going to be a rerun, he wouldn't even be part of it because he shouldn't even be making it. Because, first of all, according to the Constitution, he shouldn't even be a candidate to begin with. So let's please not run into that. Like people keep saying, oh, if we don't win, then it's a rerun. We are not gonna have a rerun. We are gonna win outrightly because we know that our candidate Peter Obi won this election. So please, because I keep hearing people saying it, and let's not hear it because this is what they want us to be saying. I mean, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't keep talking about our principle and trying to fight back all this propaganda, but let's not say that, please. And the other one I would like to talk to about is the back to France. For me, this is not me, but I think now that we're talking about prayers, all our prayer warriors, my prayer now is for us to keep praying that this man that went to France, that his battery or charger stops working, that God takes it to whoever that is charging him to ensure that the equipment that they use for him does not work. So that way he starts wobbly and never makes it back to the country. That is my prayer. And please, tomorrow, if you're a prayer warrior, join us tomorrow. Let's pray against this guy not coming, not ever, ever making it back to the country. And I'll also go on my last one is the PEPT. PEPT this week for me is a clear case of, I guess in Nigerian terms, that school is not a sham. because we all listened to the brilliant, what I call a submission. You see, Maxwell, I don't know what you guys call it, by the math professor. They tried everything humanly possible to ensure that they put him in a corner, but they did not succeed. No matter what they tried to call it, whatever sampling error or bullshit that they tried, they still did not succeed. So I know it shows that we have a very, very good case. When Peter Obi said in that his interview that he would prove that he won the election. Little did we know that he was even planning about it even before he knew. He had a, I guess, premonition that they were going to do it. So he started planning his defense even before the election. And we could see it in the math professor that he brought and other people that were there as our witness. And I also would agree with one them Madu, like that we should please also support that Ijama lady that also came as a winner, because it seems like the Bordeaux people, the people or kids of the con are going after her for doing the right things, and we shouldn't allow that to have the upper hand. And I guess that's what I will end my submissions for now. And I'll keep saying like how I've always ended. Let's keep doing what we're doing. We are doing great. For those that are fighting on Instagram, I mean, I have followed a lot of you. Keep doing what you do, and not just Instagram, but I think on all platforms. I am also on Facebook doing what I can. Let's keep doing what we're doing. Whatever you're doing, please keep doing it. Nothing is too little. If what are you retweeting, liking posts? And before I end, before I hear woman in Nigerian voice, please follow Parallel Facts on every platform, because Parallel Facts is on every platform. And I think as we follow, we'll also grow our voices, and we'll also be able to fight this confuse Ecuadorians. And I pray that God will make us get our mandate back, and we'll get the Nigeria that we've always dreamed of. And that's it. And that's where I'll end. God bless everyone. Thanks, Wellman in Nigeria, for not playing the drum or the bell. I love you all.
Yeah.
Thanks, my people. Bye.
All right. Thank you very much, Be right. Please, guys, like she said, the Parallel Fact um, Instagram handle is on the Jumbotron now. Please, if you have not followed, in case if you came late, go and follow the Parallel Fact on Instagram. And let me just quickly say this. I said it the last time. Please, if you want to help in doing any form of media advert for Parallel Fact, the Parallel Fact team is totally open to it. You know, everybody, we are trying to pull the weight we can. There are a lot of people people up there, no, not down there. People up there writing and putting together all that you see on the website. There are a lot of people trying to come up with strategies. I mean, so if there's any way you feel like you could help, maybe you are used to Facebook ads, Instagram ads, YouTube ads, any kind of ads that you think you could help Parallel Fact put it out there, put like a Parallel Fact out there. So please, you can reach out to me on the DM. Then I'll can facilitate how you could whatever information you need to make that happen. So please, everybody has a role to play. Thank you very much, Mary White. And from your first submission, one thing is me, I'm sure of. Tinubu will be disqualified. As in, I don't know what the court want. I don't know any other thing they want to say, but Tinubu will be disqualified. He has to be disqualified. I don't know how they want to just say it, because you cannot have a former female. I mean, it's okay if it was female before and it's now male, no problem. But at least you should show us a certificate. Okay, I was female before, I'm now male. Then we cannot say, okay, let's talk forward. But no, he has to be disqualified. Thank you very much, Mary White. Jimmy, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to tell our Vawulence, say, see, don't be deceived by this one where they talk, say prayer. No be prayer, they pray for that place. So now, course, so you don't hear next squeezer. Crush them in Jesus. Crush them in Jesus. And now Yoruba people, Olúwa, bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n ṣe pé Olúwa, ọlọ́run ọmọ ogun, èpè, lórúkọ Jésù, wọn ò ní ṣoríire, wọn ò ní ṣo. Make una come pray tomorrow. You need to hear next squeezer. Next squeezer is there. Is literally just cursing them.
I guess in-law, please, you guys should come to prayer service tomorrow. In-law is a prayer warrior. He is. don't look past this. Minu, whatever he's, nuclear or whatever. I can't speak Yoruba. Please do come to the prayer service so you can see Jimmy pray. Please, everyone. Thank you and God bless.
All right. Thank you very much, Beriwa. Now I know why APC almost tendered and everyone is not there. Let's go to DGO. DGO, are you here?
All right. Good evening, Sudan, well-meaning, and everyone on the space. Thank you for standing steadfast in this fight, and thank you for all you guys have been doing. Although here in the far north Sokoto, we feel some kind of isolated. Hearing Prof. Nwokobia and the rest there in Abuja, it feels like we are kind of isolated, but it's fine. We are together in spirit now. Quickly, I am not sure I can talk on all the three topics in 4 minutes, but however, this Asari's issue, it's really a matter of concern to those who understands what the military means. It's really a point of concern, and before the inauguration, about the military intervening before Tinubu gets to power, but the military didn't, for God knows why. I guess they want to play by the rules of engagement, but it is crystal clear that before this administration finishes, if by mistake they reach up to 2 years, the military of Nigeria will become a laughing stock. Somebody should jot it down, because I know the signs I am seeing currently, and when they get stronger, the military cannot handle it, and they are the ones in power. But I will not mention a problem without a solution. I believe the citizens still is the weapon of this nation. If we stop speaking today, it is over. And thank God for the PEPT so far. I see it crystal clear that we have won this case. And then these people are understanding what politics means, and they are playing it very well. During the campaigns, I will always come up on space and I'll mention some things. I'll say, hey, we are making some mistakes. And then people will say, no, don't say that, don't say that. When I see mistakes, I mention them, and I believe we can take redress, and we would not be here today probably. Peter Obi will be in the villa and we are fine. But because we made mistakes, so now let us not only talk, let us take actions. What are the countermeasures we need to put in place? Because it's after the election that the Yes Daddy
Sorry, DGO, which topic are
propaganda
you
was
referring to?
released.
DGO, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
referring to the PEPT. To the
Oh, okay.
PEPT now.
Because it sounds
Yes,
off.
sir.
Okay, go ahead.
It's not off. I am heading somewhere. So to the I am talking about the PEPT now. They are releasing this propaganda, like some people have already said. It's a form of campaign. Honestly, they already know they've lost this case, so they are already playing on the next phase of the game already, which is if the court will say there should be a rerun. We don't pray for that, but we
DGO,
cannot
there's no
boast.
rerun. There's no rerun.
We are back there again. If we will prepare ourselves, making plan A, B, and C before the time, we are sure that whatever they throw at us, we are going to win. Let us hope for the best, but keep expecting the worst. I am certain that the PEPT we have won, but let's look at the possibility, the outcomes, the possible outcomes from the court, and let's strategize on all the three, even to the going to the villa of His Excellency Peter Obi. What do you think could be the possible threats in the villa? Let's not assume poisoning. Let's not assume physical attacks. What could be the possible dangers that will await him when he wins this case, then let us prepare countermeasures. He is in court. We are preparing safer ground for him. Let us assume nothing is fine. Let us assume everything is dark. And let's just keep working tirelessly. That is how to achieve high degree success. So I call on us all. Let's start strategizing. Peter Obi is going to the villa, but are there possible dangers? Yes. How can we fight those dangers before they even show their ugly faces? Let's have our plans down, and then when they come, we'll be ready for them. Thank you all, and God bless you all.
All right, thank you, did you? I like the fact that you now went to what will happen when Peter Obi is in the villa. And I think I want just to clarify this once and for all. Saddam already did earlier, and really this is not just for DGO. It's important for us to put what we want, what we expect the judiciary to do out there. I've said it so many times. There will come one thing is obvious in this case. Peter Obi has found the judiciary knows that there is no way they can uphold Tinubu's victory. So, but let's also know that they will be under so much pressure. So, at some point, they may be looking for the easiest way out. One body language you cannot give them is that, oh, we think it might be okay if you declare we run, no problem, it might be okay. If we do that, it will be the easiest way out for them, and they will do it. And it's why sometimes when we say like, oh, let's make sure that we are clear about our narrative generally. Of course, it doesn't mean we are blank. Like Saddam said earlier, one thing is certain: the only justice, full justice from this case, the full justice is that Tinubu will be disqualified. Whatever, one of us said, oh, declare. Look at the result and now say who is the winner. Nobody said, oh, disqualify Tinubu, just make Peter be president, don't look at anything. No, wahala. Disqualify Tinubu because he has to be disqualified. Look at the result and look at who is the winner. Anything short of that is partial justice, and partial justice is almost equivalent to no justice. So it's why it's good for us to put that narrative out there. And I understand that, oh, maybe in our mind we have to prepare, like I personally do that. I anticipate the best, I prepare for the worst. That's naturally, I think everybody should live their life. But it's also important that narratives out there is very, 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 very important. Because if
I
all of
beg,
us start,
wait a minute, let me
yeah,
ask you this here. I think there's one mistake we make, as in, when you come out and say we made mistakes during elections, what mistake did you make? If possible, Peter Obi would have been president. Now, Peter Obi won the elections first. Secondly, there is nothing you would have done. There is nothing you are a brainstormer, you are a thinker, you are this that you would have done to change Mahmoud. We would have told Mahmoud not to off the IRF. Would you have done that? So please, when we come out with all these sanctimonious and these letters, this they would have do this, would have done that. I did not see. What you saw is totally like Nigerian pastors. What they used to see. There is nothing you would have envisaged knowing that Yakubu Mahmoud will say by 2 a.m., 2 p.m. Allow IRF to upload results to the Beavers, and House of Rep can upload, and he shut down the presidential portal. That was how the election was stolen. So there's nothing you can never have. Nobody would have seen that one coming from anywhere. It was a fraud that was committed. Do not ever legitimize that fraud. It was a fraud that was committed, and we won the election fair, square, simple. It is very, very important we drum this into our heads all the time. I don't like this narrative of people come and say, I care, I told people, you told what? Please, let's stop this thing, please. We won the election, and let us keep it that way. And when Nigeria, back to you, brother.
all right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. But all the points are duly noted. So let's just ensure we make our narrative very straight. Thank you very much. Okay, let's quickly go to. I'll take a lady. Okay, there's no. Cindy, your hand is not up. Are you here? After which I'll come to UC Maxwell. UC Maxwell was here at the beginning of the space. Cindy, are you here? Okay, Cindy is not here. Please, if you want to speak in the speaker section, please raise your hand. I'll stop calling people that their hands are not up. So I don't stop. I don't start. I don't keep having people that are not here. All right, UC Maxwell, please go ahead. UC Maxwell, your hand is up. Then I say, UC Maxwell, this your router. You know the you don't
They join to them. See with them.
Yeah, he is at a
He said he was there before, but he has left. You see, my said, but they go lock their gate, he not go as back.
Okay, blessing don't drink 2 bottles.
Oh, okay. Let's quickly go to other speakers. I'm sure you see Max will come later. Wake up, Africa. Go ahead. 4 minutes.
Yeah, thank you very much, well meaning. I greeted all of you, Emia Saddam, everyone on the space. Basically, I can't name or Jimmy, you're such an entertainer, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't speak very often. I just, but I'm always here every day listening, guys. I appreciate everything all of you are doing. You guys don't know what you do, but listen, you guys are amazing. I just want to thank every one of you for all you do, the time you spend. Saddam, I don't know how you do this, but listen, guys, whatever is your work, I don't know how. I believe you're the CEO of whatever company you work for. For the time you dedicate here is just amazing. Anyway, all obedience, I want to say thank you very much, guys. I want to appreciate everything that you guys do. So mine is this. I mean, all has been said already. To be honest, there's nothing I want to say now that has not been said here. But mine is just a word of encouragement and ideas. I mean, I look at what Sarah put up or regarding the PEPT. To be honest with you, everyone would see. Even I mean, what you say in law, you see what would an average man, ordinary man on the street think about this? It is obvious to the blind and audible to the deaf that there is no defense that APC and their temp presidents would want to put up that would even suggest that they have a ground in court. It is very obvious. If not for the Nigerian factor, there are simple questions that would have been asked, from the beginning of things to be able to just end this whole thing from the beginning. But unfortunately, because of the society we come from, these questions have not been asked. However, at the end, I just can't see how the justices would see this, the evidences that have been put before them, and everything that has happened right before their own eyes, and give a judgment that is not in favor of the movement. I don't see how that is going to happen. I mean, in as much as we don't trust the judiciary or we, due to our individual experiences, I just don't see how they're going to do this. So for me, I am confident that the mandate is going to be gotten back, no matter whatever they want to say about it. And that is my position. As regards to the Ajala travel, he has gone to be pumped up again. He has a peak line, so obviously there must be something that he has gone to get to so that he can actually come back maybe a bit more robust and bigger than he is at the moment. We don't want to foresee what happened, but you see, Nigerians see what is going on. We survived Buhari, and he's almost 2 months away from the country, and yet again we have another person who's going to be doing the same thing. These guys are just, trying to run the country down with their health tourism and the rest of it. But let me just say this as regards to what obedience are doing now. I want to encourage us. As much as we gather together, devise strategies, talk about how we're going to do this. It is also important that we understand that, listen, you see, this is an ongoing thing, and it's not going to end even if after we get the mandate back, or as long as this thing continues. You see, talk is cheap. Most of us, you see, for instance, the parallel fact was floated, and I want to believe that today there are still obedience who have not even followed or subscribed to the YouTube. And I say that to mean that, yeah, we want things to be done, but simple things, okay? Some simple things that subscribe to this channel, or follow this particular handle, or even follow each other. See, the thing is, the more voices we give to each other, okay, the more people would hear what we talk about all the time. For instance, on Facebook, I have over 50,000 followers. On Instagram, I have close to 6,000. And I always make sure that what is being said here is being projected there as well. And if all of us, for instance, on this page now follow each other, that would be over 1,000 plus for everybody. And that would mean that more people can be reached. So my just contribution is also the fact that let us walk the walk as we talk the talk. If you're here, you're not following parallel facts, you are not even subscribing or following the new Instagram, what are you waiting for? How are we going to do this if you're not going to do that? And let me say to Jimmy, I'm going to come into your team. because obviously I know what I do when I hear all these their conspiracy theories or when I come across all these comments. I know how I tag them. So I think I'm gonna be useful on that end. So get me on board and let me be among the army of the that we're gonna be trying to correct all this narrative that they try to share against our whether be it against obedient movement or against our principle. I'm in for it. So, in conclusion, I want to say to you all, I appreciate you all. I don't speak here all the time, but just like Sarah, I'm always listening, to be honest with you guys. And I so much appreciate you guys are doing, and your time that you put into this will never be in vain. So, guys, always know there are people somewhere always appreciating what you do and clapping for you guys and saying thank God for you guys in this generation. So, with that, I conclude. I want to say thank you very much, guys, for what you do, and God bless you all.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Wake Up Africa. Okay, let me just go to the next speaker. Please, guys. I want us to. We have so many speaker requests, and I want us to take as many as we can before we round up. We've been here for a long time, so please, if you can, I know I say 4 minutes. If you can do it in less than 4 minutes, it will be fine. I don't want to reduce the time, so I'm not biased. But if you can do it in 3 minutes, probably stick to just one of the topic. It will help other people that so that they can also speak. So, all right. So let's quickly go to. Please, if you want to speak in the speaker section, raise up your hand. I mean, you have to take down those that the hands are not raised, so that we can bring other people that want to speak. Manuel, I had called you before, so please go ahead. All right, thank you so much. Sorry, in the course of the waiting, I had dozed off. All right, I just want to quickly speak to the Asari Dokubo threat. You see, in my own perspective, I think that Agbado is trying to steer the waters of the military in order to be able to ultimately bring about the change in the military leadership. You know, he most ultimately wants to bring about a change in the military leadership. And so he begins by this, because this kind of statements and even the statement from Asari Dokubo, in fact, bringing him in the first instance into Aso Rock is such an insult. It's not an insult to the established military of a country. And then the kind of statements he's making, let's not forget that the military obviously don't feel good with Shetima, with all that Shetima represents, and the kind of harm that has brought to the military boys. You know, whereas the top hierarchy of the military may find a way to accommodate this, the real anger in the military will most likely come from the lower ranks, and who are the people who really face the brunt of what's going on with the way the PEPT, the petition is going in court. Tinubu definitely knows that he is losing. So he's looking for every means to see if he can subvert the system and be able to extend his stay. But he's missing it by this particular reason, because if the military will give a response, a non-verbal response, he will definitely not be in the on the winning side. He will not be able to hold the reins. So I want us to, as much as possible, as obedient, like I think someone had mentioned this, we should sit back and see how we can strategize. What can we do in order to hold a forth from our own end, so that head or tail, whatever the military does, Of course, definitely we will get victory from the courts, and we'll be able to um, we'll be able to make sure that we will hold, you know, we keep holding the we keep holding the fort for the side of our principal very well. The military people will, they themselves are, they are listening, they listen to this, they are following up on all the developments, and they will make sure um, they will protect the country. They will protect the country, even if they no matter what the Tinubu camp does, they will make sure that they will protect the country. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. All I right, yield the thank you mic. very much, Manu. Thank you very much. I mean, I think you made a salient point um, at the beginning of your submission, which was very clear. And I think people should, in their mind, when we talk about I know a lot of times when we talk about the military, everybody just think of the military as a whole. Like Manuel had said just now, of course, the top rank of the military may have their problem, but if you go down, the people that are really doing the work, the military work on ground, the lower officers, those people, they know that it's just that naturally the way the military is built, okay, take orders from your superior, whether or not you agree and all that. But that can only last for a while, if especially if these people want to continue play with them like this. Thank you very much. So let's always have that separation in our mind. Okay, quickly, let's go to Cindy. I'm going to call you again. Let me assume you can hear me. Cindy, are you here? All right, I don't think Cindy is actually even here. Let's quickly go to Ogene Kewe. Ogene Kewe, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Thank you, Emir Saddam. Thank you, Emily Nigerians and all the co-hosts. I want to say thank you for the opportunity to speak, to air my little submissions. In all of this, anyway, I want to thank each and everyone because this space is what is energizing me. Coupled with the information I get from parallel space, listening to this space, and other information I get as well. It makes me to make an informed decision to the extent that even in my WhatsApp groups now, I'm like giving people boosts because if you come and give me fake information, all I do, I just look for the facts and present it to counter your fake news because I discovered that most agbados, they don't have brains. I don't know if they've removed their senses. They can't think, just being natural, unnecessarily speaking from both sides of their mouth. So my position here is this. Asari Dokubo, whatever he's doing today, well, whoever that is beating that drum for him, he should ready to dance the dance when the time comes because I know he is biting more than what he has already beaten more than what he can chew. Because those bogus statements he made, I don't know who gave him that opportunity. Whatever it is, me, I know for sure Nigerian military will surely come for him because you cannot make those kind of bogus claims without proper evidence. Because men listening to that interview, man, my head was blown away because I myself as a civilian, where did he get that kind of infantry from? But all the same, na paddy government. So maybe he has a backup of somebody. So I will urge us to focus on the ball because in all of this, it is a man that owns the ball that they will always tackle. So we have the ball and they will always come find a way to tackle us. And let me say something here. I want to appreciate this people with all the reports we are getting from the PEPT on it at read time. Because immediately I get them, all I do, I just copy them, drop them in the groups I belong to, so that who won't die, make it die. So sometimes they will have they don't know how to what they have, they don't know what to say. They'll start accusing me that what my submissions are like propaganda. I say, well, it's a pity anyway.
It's not for your personal consumption. It's for other persons that have brain that can able to think, read and understand. Those messages are meant for them, because I discovered that some persons too that sympathize with Obi, based on the fact that they are not well informed, propaganda here and there, they begin to lose faith. Do you think this man can able to? I begin to tell them, don't worry, just be calm. So I have take this other step to make sure to inform them, to, when they read and understand, to ginger them up that look, forget you, they stole from the wrong person. It's so obvious. Look at in fact, the evidence alone, the evidence alone is overwhelming. Anybody telling you that, look, we are not going to reclaim our mandate, they're definitely that the person is not seeing the handwriting on the wall. That is my position. And I know by the special grace of God, from now to December, we shall reclaim our mandate. And you begin to see the smile, the happiness, the joy in people's faces. Let me just submit my mic here. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, Nekewe. Thank you very much. Okay, quickly, let's just go to Fuga. Obedient Franklin, yeah, Blossom, please raise up your hand if you want to speak. So, but Fuga, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are spacing from. First of all, the reason why I request the mic is that I make a pledge for five books for David Udeyin, and I sent I asked for account detail from Emia. Since then, it's over like a week now, but I haven't had no response. So that is the main reason why I actually request the mic. I say I don't know if it was a joke that day, but I don't know, because I know we are serious. I asked and nobody respond to me. So
I'm
that
sure.
was
I'm sure he has heard you now. You respond. You know, Saddam DM be like Uselu market.
okay. Okay. So anyway, I just want to thank Peter Obi, because he's the main reason why we are here. He is the main root of obedient movement. I want to thank him for all the dedication, vision, and unwavering commitment to the Nigeria people. I want to say may God bless him, and may God bless each and every one of you, Emia Saddam, Madam Madonna, Bolanle, women in Nigeria, Jimmy, or in fact all obedient who desire good government for every citizen of Nigeria, whether being an Labour Party or obedient or Agbadorian. We just want a better Nigeria. I just say thank you, and I hit my mic.
Thank you very much, Fuga. Saddam will respond to you. I just say Saddam see the answer DM of people who send our DM since Peter Obi came to parallel facts till today.
I swear the thing just time me. Bro, no verse, I beg. I just, honestly speaking, I did not see it. And for that self, that's all the people that are requested for the books. And the books are, we have ordered the books, and the books are not yet ready. In fact, the books have been sold out. So they're reprinting more copies, and more copies are going to be, hopefully by next week. I'm in contact with David and the publishers. Hopefully by next week, the books will be ready, and I will make payments and pay. But you're one of the people I've been saying that made promises and did not fulfill it. So I'm sorry, no vex. I've not just checked with them. I'm going to send you the account details to the distance so you can send the money to them. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. Well, Ninja, back to you.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Fuga. Yeah, Blossom, are you here? I know your hand is not up, but I think you are the only lady here. But yeah, Blossom. All right. I'm sure you're not here. All right. Let's quickly go to Mark. We'll be rounding up very soon. So, McDonald, please go ahead.
Okay, good evening, well-meaning Nigeria. Good evening, Mia Saddam, Jimmy. I want to thank every other obedient in the house, and I want to use the opportunity. Parafat has drawn me back to Instagram, which I left for years now. Anyway, I've gone to revive my account. I think I'm the 1,532nd person following Parafat. So let's push it down. Anyhow they want it, we're going to give
Wait,
it to them.
how you take crowd that number? I don't understand.
Yeah. You know, if you go in there, if you look at the followers of Parafat, you will see at least immediately I came in, I look at the followers. They were 1,531 then. So I knew I'm the next person, which was
Go
We
ahead,
need,
please.
we need to follow this thing off. These people are showing us shaggy, so we return the shaggy we care about. Once they declare the election not to be carried out through due process, that's my joy first. Then every other judgment they give, we can walk over it. Now I'm facing Asari Dokubo, the criminal man. Now all the